This is the final test of 41578. This is for people who want only the best. And I'm sure people will argue with me, but nobody's slumming it when they own a Sansui TU-X1. Absolutely incredible sensitivity, low distortion, separation like you've never seen before. This is pretty much the pinnacle. So what we're going to do is hook this up to a very modest antenna. We have a little folded dipole in the shop here in East Hartford, Connecticut. We're not a major metropolitan area, East Hartford, so it isn't like we have FM stations within a mile or two of us. It certainly isn't Boston or New York City. And what we're going to do is go across the band with our little folded dipole in the shop and see how many stations we get. And what we're going to do is we're going to be able to hear it, but more accurately, we're going to be able to see the left and the right channel, because we're going to view, while we're tuning, we're going to view the output on this device. This is a dual trace oscilloscope, and we're going to get the zoom to go a little closer and direct our camera person. We don't have a camera person. The upper trace is going to show the left channel, lower trace is going to show the right. And again, we'll be able to hear it in the background, but I'm going to attempt to get a viewing of the oscilloscope and the tuning dial as we go across the band here. So I'm going to get us some light. We have to have the light off to see the scope, because as you can see, the glare here pretty much kills everything. So what I'm going to do is try to, now we're going to be able to position this camera so that we can see the display of the TU-X1 and see the scope. So what I'm going to do is get the light off. We're going to turn it on, and I may have to adjust the audio a little bit. Whoa! Yeah, there we go, hitting the camera. Let me see, is the camera still in the same position? Kind of. Yeah, there we go. Photography is not my forte. But no, we want to be able to see the tuner display and the scope. Yeah, that'll be good enough, maybe. We'll be able to see most of the scope. Yeah, let's get this a little higher. There we can go. Now we're going to be able to see the scope and the tuner. So I'm going to get this light off. Just going to turn it on. It has maybe a 5-second delay. And we are way down here, below 88, and there's a station there that I've never even heard before. Let me turn this down a little bit. If I yell into this microphone, it distorts. There's a station here that I've never heard before. This is the first time in my life I've ever heard this station. Yes, it's not fidelity and you can't recognize it, but it attests to the sensitivity of this tuner. Okay, so I'll get a little more audio here. Let's traverse the band and see how many stations we can get in the shop with our folded dipole. So that's one. There's two. I want to note this is actually switched into stereo. This upper green light that's barely on is a stereo beacon. So that's two.
You possess the world and its gold.
That's three.
But gold won't bring.
That's four. That's five. I'm getting out of breath here. We've only gotten up to 90 megahertz here. We've already gotten 5 stations. This is not even fair. 5. Six.
In practice,
7. 8. And this is with an indoor folded dipole. If this was an outdoor antenna, this reception would be probably closer to full quality. With 8. 9. 10. 11. There's something way down there. 12. I think we've heard these stations before. 12. 13. 14.
To ensure safe occupancy, VCA is limiting the number of
15.
patients in our clinics at any given time.
Medicare and most insurance is accepted, so call now to see if you qualify.
16. 17. We're up to 98. We've got 17 stations.
To maybe make it
18.
interesting to make
Now, the astute person might say, how come the stereo beacon's not on? 18. That's because this is ESPN and they broadcast in mono. 18.
Coach who personally coaches the
There's something down there. 19. 19. 20. 21.
Big Island in the chat room says Big Island is going to have
22.
Well, Big Island's not even allowing people in. The rate today on our 30-year
23. 24.
On that repair, what amazing
25.
was not only did they replace all 4 cam faces,
25.
Will serve up dishes and drinks inspired by any
26.
with 50%
26 stations. We still got more to go.
Eating, drinking, laughing, and loving all for free.
There's actually something down there. 27.
From the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
28. 29. 30. 30 station. This is crazy. That's 30 stations within the indoor folded dipole. 30. Okay, that's the end of this test. And what a tuner. What a tuner.